Bangor. From the Great North Woods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, a young girl calls for help when flames erupt in a neighbor's home.
Plus, we'll hear about big plans to transform Waterville's downtown.
And we'll also meet a Hamden artist who's helping to keep part of our nation's history alive.
Good morning, and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll have all those stories and much more coming up. First, a check of the forecast. Not a bad day ahead. Looks like a partly cloudy day. So if you want to get a little sunshine, today's a good day for it, too.
Good
Not
point.
too cold, too, either. You know, it's supposed to get up well into the 30s, which will be nice.
Nice. There we go. Devin Biggs has all the details.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Tuesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop. With a large supply of ammo in stock, custom Damascus knives, fishing supplies of all kinds, concealed weapons classes, and a full line of Dragonfly UV tackle, plus the latest in ultraviolet tackle. Call today. Alrighty, here we go. This morning we have winter storm watches up just to the south and west of Bangor, and these last until about 7 p.m. as we head towards your Thursday, as we'll be watching for accumulating snow that will be moving in. I honestly will not be surprised to see these advisories expanded off towards the north and east in some capacity with the amount of snowfall that is expected. We also have a small craft advisory up until 11 a.m. later this morning along the coast here. That's when the wave heights will start to calm down in these areas. But for now on land, we're looking pretty good. There's some clouds currently moving through. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky for us today with a system that's off to our south and west that will send us some clouds, and that'll be about it. The precipitation part of this will stay to our south for now, but we'll have our turn for a little bit of snow on the way later on tonight. So Futurecast showing increasing clouds later on tonight, though, which will give way to a little bit of snow with 1 inch or less possible, with the sun coming back out as we head towards tomorrow morning. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing a partly cloudy sky at times, temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
All right, thank you, Devin. A young girl is considered a hero for the action she took when fire broke out in the house across the street. She sounded the alarm when she noticed her neighbor's home was on fire. Our Matthew Juronsik has the story.
Multiple fire departments responded to a structure fire at 7 Fairgrounds Road in Ellsworth on Monday morning.
Approximately 9 o'clock this morning, we got a report that there was a structure fire here on Fairground Road.
Gillerot says 3 people were reportedly in the house at the time and made it out safely. One was taken to the hospital to be checked out for minor smoke inhalation. The other 2, an elderly couple, was taken by Atlantic Transportation Solutions to a warming center. Fire crews from Ellsworth, Hancock, Lemoyne, Trenton, and Bar Harbor responded to help put out the blaze. The cause of the fire is unknown, but Chief Gillerot tells us that the fire was contained to the front of the second floor. The scene would have been much worse if it weren't for the swift actions taken by Emmeline McDonald.
I saw fire coming out of the window right in front, and then I saw smoke coming out. I got out and then I told her, and then she called all the people.
Her mother is proud of Emmeline for coming to her about this, and her heart goes out to the homeowners.
You feel kind of shocked and sad for the family that went through it. I think people don't think fires happen anymore, but they do, unfortunately, and I don't know, my heart just grieves for them.
Gillerot says the best thing in these scenarios is to always reach out.
It just goes down to the whole theory of see something, say something. If you see smoke and fire coming from a building, call 911 immediately. We'd rather get on the road and find out what's going on early as opposed to waiting and thinking that somebody else is going to call.
In Ellsworth, Matthew Juronsik reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
A woman from Wells died in a snowmobile crash in northern Somerset County. Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife spokesperson Mark Laddie says 50-year-old Tanya Hansen was following her husband in Johnson Mountain Township when she failed to navigate a turn on a trail and crashed into trees Sunday afternoon. Laddie says Hansen was wearing a helmet but sustained serious injuries to her head and chest. An oncoming snowmobiler witnessed the crash and called 911. The Maine Warden Service and other emergency crews responded. Laddie says they performed CPR, but Hansen died near the scene. The crash remains under investigation.
The East Millinocket Police Department recently made a drug arrest that resulted in the seizure of more than 9 grams of scheduled drugs. On Saturday, February 11th at about 9:30 p.m., an officer pulled over David Bernard of Bradford along Central Street in Millinocket for a car defect. Bernard told the officer he was on bail for a pending drug charge and consented to a search of his vehicle. Officers searched Bernard and his car and found concealed drugs and paraphernalia. In total, over 9 grams of combined crack cocaine, heroin, and fentanyl were seized. He has been charged with 3 counts of unlawful possession of scheduled drugs and violation of bail. He's currently awaiting his trial at the Penobscot County Jail.
No one was seriously injured after crashing a dump truck into a house in Scarborough. It happened at 225 Broad Turn Road Monday afternoon. 22-year-old Ian Walsh lost control and left the roadway. Firefighters say the truck left the building uninhabitable and knocked down power lines in the area. The driver is reported to have non-life-threatening injuries. It's not clear what caused the crash.
A local Bangor pub has been put up for sale. Nocturnum Draft House is currently listed as for sale on several business listing pages. Its Facebook page addressed the move yesterday, saying that if they do change ownership, they'll make the transition clear to their patrons. And in the meantime, they say that nothing will change for the day-to-day operations. They're seeking a buyer that needs to, quote, show worth, desire, and passion for the continuation of that business. The bar is known for their vast beer selection, cocktails, and other beverages alongside a full menu of pub fare. The pub has kept their location in Bangor for the last 12 years. It's one of the more popular little pubs in Bangor, too. So
I know.
Hopefully somebody else will come in and take it over and keep that tradition going.
I hope so. I like the way that the owner's going about it because it is one of my favorite places in Bangor. The selection is almost overwhelming.
Oh, they have unique beer selection. You'll find beers from all over the world. That's something that you really can't find anywhere else.
It's really special.
Yeah.
The time is now 8:06. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, Waterville has made great efforts to improve the downtown area, but the job isn't over. We'll hear from the mayor about an effort to bring new business to the area.
But first, another check of that weather forecast. A partly cloudy day ahead today with highs near 35. Some snow showers overnight with lows dropping down to 22. Tomorrow, a very similar day, another partly cloudy day with highs near 37.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
Here at Black Fly Coffee Company, quality will never be compromised. No matter what type of coffee you choose, whether it's hot, iced, or frozen, you can feel confident that our products are the highest caliber. We're here to assist you with your morning cup of joe, along with your mid-afternoon pick-me-up. And while here, grab a pastry for a snack. We always have fresh pastries available from a local business right here in the area. We look forward to meeting you soon.
There are many paths toward every goal. Your financial journey is too important to travel alone. Maine Savings is a different type of financial institution. We're here to help you find a path forward that fits you, your family, your business. Our mission is to always go beyond so you can accomplish more. Go beyond what's expected. Go beyond banking.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
Harvey High is now in session. Today's subjects, science.
Name something that can make the earth move.
Heavy rain.
Hold on, it's raining.
Health class.
Something you drop in the toilet and still use it afterward.
Toothbrush.
Nah, I'm not sticking that in my mouth. We're not doing teeth brushing today.
Get schooled with Family Feud.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith. A local city is looking to breathe new life into its historic downtown and Main Street. Devin Dagnall met with the mayor of Waterville to discuss plans for the future.
Waterville is starting to be like an incubator for startups and new businesses. The city of Waterville has been steadily making updates to its downtown and Main Street, but Waterville's mayor, Jay Coelho, says there are still a lot of vacancies that he would like to see filled by new business.
And really, it's about finding the right fit. It's not always about just renting to any tenant that wants a space. You need a mix. You can't have 5,000 restaurants downtown, but you can have a mix of retail, some clothing shops, some gift shops.
According to Coelho, the vacancies along Main Street can be attributed to two main factors. The first, like many things these days, is COVID. Coelho says there just weren't a lot of businesses opening during the pandemic, which stunted the city's growth. The second factor is the recent construction that took place on the street, which converted it from one-way traffic to two-way. Coelho says there are a few prospective businesses that could fill up the Main Street vacancies, but nothing has been confirmed yet.
People hear about it soon. More jobs coming to Waterville. We're hoping to get more manufacturing jobs in Waterville, not just retail and restaurant jobs. There's a lot of opportunity here.
Although the recent updates are considered by many to be improvements in the city, they are not without their critics. According to Coelho, residents have voiced issue with the changing city and what they see as overstepping from Kobe College. But he says the changes were needed to keep the city alive.
I think people have misinformation and they're worried about change, but I think that having a college that is invested in the town that it's in is good for the town. Does it accelerate change? It does. But I'd rather see accelerated change than dilapidated buildings.
In Waterville, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, meanwhile, the Augusta Civic Center is celebrating a milestone. The event center is marking its 50th anniversary this year. The building, located on Community Drive, has hosted numerous events over the years, everything from basketball tournaments and the Shrine Circus to conventions and big-name concerts like Elvis and Pearl Jam. To mark the building's milestone anniversary, organizers are attempting to break the Guinness World Record for largest gathering of Elvis impersonators. It will take place in either May or August. Civic Center Events Coordinator Melanie Belargin says she's waiting to hear back from Guinness Book officials before she can confirm the date of that event. We'll have to follow that one, and we'll let you know. Did a quick little Google search, and it was back in 2014 down in North Carolina where they had a convention of 895 Elvises getting together. So we'll need to do a bit better for that.
I think we could beat it. So I think we can. Well, the time now is 8:12. After the break, we'll check out the work of one Hamden artist who's preserving the legacy and memory of the Florida Highwaymen artists.
That and your full weather forecast as Good Morning Maine continues.
In a small town like this, you got to take care of each other.
It's Alicia Netto, Mikes and Sons.
When Matt and I were buying this store, the credit unions found a way to do it for us.
They don't look at us as a number.
If something is even remotely possible, they find a way to get it done.
It's your journey. Own every mile in an available H-Track all-wheel drive Hyundai SUV.
Lease an all-wheel drive 2023 Tucson for $239 a month or get 0% APR for 48 months. See your Bangor Hyundai dealer.
Are you looking to have some fun, including soaring on Skyrider, the ultimate indoor zip line? Well, come over to Urban Air, Bangor's #1 birthday party destination, located at the Airport Mall. Urban Air has gravity-defying attractions for all ages, including our Warrior Course, trampolines, enormous arcade section, and climbing walls. Call us today to schedule your birthday party. And don't forget, we have endless play memberships available as well. Urban Air, let them fly.
It is Tourney Time 2023, and Fox 22 is your home for tournament coverage. Watch Fox 22 News at 10 for all your highlights and interviews as our high school teams go for that gold ball. And get the latest high school bracket information at foxbangor.com.
Tournament brackets are brought to you by Coastal Auto Parts, your local Napa Auto Parts dealer with 29 locations, owned and operated by a Maine family that cares. And Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A Holden, great quality furniture and Bangor's largest in-stock mattress selection. Free statewide delivery.
Finding a surcharge-free ATM just got easier. Maine credit unions have the largest surcharge-free ATM network in Maine, with over 250 locations. Save money today. Surf ATMs at mainecreditunions.org.
Back to Good Morning Maine. A Hamden man is helping keep history alive, one painting at a time. As Jody Hersey tells us, Hezekiah Baker Jr. is sharing his connection to the Florida Highwaymen artists, a small group of self-taught painters inducted into the Artists Hall of Fame not too long ago.
They didn't paint buildings or anything like that. They painted the old marshlands of Florida the way it used to be. I remember my dad would have 2 easels up at one time. He's painting one, painting another.
Hezekiah Baker Jr. says in the 1950s and 60s, his dad, Hezekiah Baker Sr., a self-taught painter, would create vibrant works of art depicting Florida, along with other black artists that later became known as the Florida Highwaymen artists.
It was actually 25 guys and 1 female artist, and they all was self-taught artists, and they was way back in the Jim Crow days creating their art. And they weren't allowed to really sell their art into the white establishments back then.
So Baker's father and the other artists relied on a salesman named Al Black, who would drive up and down the I-95 highway to sell their art.
I mean, they used to sell their art for like $25. Back then, that was a lot of money.
In 2004, the Florida Highwaymen artists were finally recognized and inducted into the Artists Hall of Fame.
You have the second generation highwaymen, which are the kids of the original 26, and he used to try to get me to paint all the time when I was a kid, and I just didn't want to do it.
That all changed after Baker retired from the military in 2010.
But I woke up with this overwhelming feeling to pick up a paintbrush and start painting. And so that's what I did, and this is what came out.
Baker is now using his brushstrokes to educate others about his dad and the legacy of the Florida Highwaymen artists.
That's a part of history that wasn't shown, that's not there, you know, in books that people know about. Now, if you lived in Fort Pierce, everybody knows about the Highwaymen. Sure. But as you venture further out from Florida, it starts to dissipate and no one really knows about it.
However, Baker plans to keep this piece of history alive, one painting at a time. In Hamden, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Oh, I'm glad he shared his story with us. I wasn't aware of the Highwaymen either.
Yeah.
You know, they do some wonderful works.
Right.
Yeah.
That's one of those stories that it just keeps revealing more and more, like, wow, they're showing the old part of Florida that isn't as documented now, and he's preserving history, and he picked up a paintbrush only a little over 10 years ago now.
And he's really good, too.
And he's really good. Really cool.
Very nice. Like that story.
Yeah, me too. Hey, the time is now 8:17.
Let's get a full look at that forecast with Devin.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop with a large supply of ammo in stock, custom Damascus knives, fishing supplies of all kinds, concealed weapons classes, and a full line of Dragonfly UV tackle, plus the latest in ultraviolet tackle. Call today. Here we go. Winter storm watch is in effect along to the south and west of Bangor, and this is up until about 7 p.m. for your Thursday. I wouldn't be surprised to see these advisories expanded off towards the east. In some capacities, we'll be watching for accumulating snow that will be moving in late Wednesday into Thursday. We also have a small craft advisory up until 11 a.m. as we head towards a Tuesday as well for this area right here, and we'll be watching for things to calm down there as we head towards later on this morning. The wave height's around 3 to 7 feet. This is why we have some advisories along the coast. We expect that to calm down later on this morning as the winds start to back off. Well, otherwise, so here we go. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky today. We have clouds that are currently moving in right now from the west going toward the east, mainly along into the south of Bangor. And again, we'll be dealing with a mixture of clouds and sun for pretty much most of the day. We'll be watching another system located right about in here, so we'll be sitting us a little bit of snow in our direction, especially as we head towards the evening time frame where about 1 inch or less of snow could fall before we're all finished up there. So futurecast for today, partly cloudy sky will be the general idea. Increasing clouds will be expected later on tonight. By about midnight or so, we'll be watching for snow passing through. Nothing too ridiculous, though. It gets out of here pretty quickly, clearing of the skies expected in some spots as we head towards Wednesday morning. So we'll need some sunshine to start things off as we head towards the Wednesday. But then we'll have to watch for our next system that will be moving in late into the evening period for a Wednesday. For the quick little wave of energy moving through, nothing too ridiculous. So less than an inch later on tonight before we're all finished up. So 1 inch or less will be the general idea. Nothing too extreme to deal with there. Well, then our next system starts to approach as we head towards Wednesday night. We'll start seeing this approach as we head towards early Thursday morning along into the south and west of Bangor or so, with significant accumulating snow possible in a few spots, maybe multiple waves. Here's another wave possibly by Friday morning. Then later in the day for your Friday, most of us will start to get out of here. So the general idea looks a little bit like this. So we're still kind of trying to dissect this a little bit. So we could possibly see maybe 8 inches or so to this and a little bit more to the south and west before we're all finished up. So some decent snowfall to look at here. We'll definitely make sure to keep an eye on this as it does develop. But now it's the planting phase. Some accumulating snow on the way. Could be significant in a few spots. So definitely make sure to keep an eye on this as it does develop. So 35 degrees today. We're quiet, partly cloudy. The east wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. By tonight, 22 degrees, snow showers with 1 inch or less possible, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, 37 degrees, partly cloudy, west wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop. The snow gets going Wednesday night into Thursday, lingering into parts of Friday morning. Temperatures cooling off into the upper teens by Thursday and Friday, and we fall even farther into the middle teens by Saturday with a partly cloudy sky.
Fear, pain, and anxiety are all feelings associated with dental treatments, but it doesn't have to be that way. Dental lasers offer a way to remove tooth decay without using the dental drill. In fact, we do most dental fillings here at Twin City Dental without numbing, so no needle. And for treatments like root canals or having many teeth extracted, we also provide IV sedation. So call Twin City Dental for your next dentist appointment.
It's one fantastic ride. The turbocharged, tech-inspired Kia Forte.
Best 2 out of 3.
Get 2.9% APR for up to 48 months on a new 2023 Forte during the President's Day sales event.
With AARP Rewards, anyone can earn and redeem points.
They're ready for you.
That's 300 points.
And help their money live longer. Get started for free today.
Come stop by Triple S Tag Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel, for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
Back, everyone. Now to the growing outrage over the toxic train derailment. A health clinic is opening today for residents reporting a number of health problems. And now the rail company is handing out checks amid closer scrutiny of its profits in recent years. ABC's M. Wynn has more.
This morning, 15,000 pounds of contaminated soil and 1 million gallons of contaminated water have been excavated from the site of that toxic train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio. Workers are transporting the material to landfills and disposal facilities. 11 rail train cars carrying toxic chemicals derailed February 3rd. The EPA and local officials insist their tests show the air and water are safe. But some people, including 11-year-old Zach, say they're suffering from a range of symptoms.
Ever since that incident happened, our face has been burning and it's really bad. Headaches, massive, almost passing out.
Beginning today, the Ohio Health Department is turning this church into a health clinic where people can be evaluated by nurses and toxicologists. The train company Norfolk Southern is now handing out money to those affected. People living in certain zip codes could get a $1,000 check for derailment-related expenses. It comes with Norfolk Southern's finances now in the spotlight. The company posting an operating income of $4.8 billion last year. And it reportedly paid shareholders $18 billion in stock buybacks and dividends in the last 5 years, all while reducing its workforce.
Social media is at the center of two cases before the Supreme Court today. In one challenge, the justices could upend protections that have long shielded internet companies from liability. That case was prompted by the parents of a college student who was killed during the 2015 terrorist attack on Paris. They claim an algorithm used by YouTube highlighted ISIS-produced videos that further radicalized the extremists that killed their daughter. The High Court will hear arguments today that could lead to changes in regulations that shield internet companies from lawsuits over third-party content uploaded by users. Another case involves a man who created a phony police Facebook account with fake announcements. He says it was a joke and wants the Supreme Court to grant him the right to sue police for violating his civil rights following his arrest.
Well, the FBI is investigating a hack that targeted its computer network. FBI officials say they believe the incident was connected to computers in its New York office that were used to investigate cases of child sexual exploitation. A report says the agency is still looking into the origins of the hack. The investigators say they're not sure when the incident happened, but added that they are working to get more information.
President Joe Biden is in Poland today, preparing to deliver a major speech marking the one-year anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. He's expected to remind the world that Russia has committed crimes against humanity. This coming a day after Biden's unannounced trip into Ukraine's capital, Kyiv, shrouded in secrecy as fighting between Russians and Ukrainians intensified east. ABC's M. Nguyen has more from Washington.
This morning, President Biden is back in Poland after his historic visit to Ukraine's war-torn capital, Kyiv. Today, he'll meet with Polish President Duda before delivering major remarks from Warsaw's royal castle, reaffirming America's commitment to Ukraine and condemning Russia nearly a year after the invasion. Russian President Putin giving a dueling speech on the war, which he still calls a special military operation. Amid continued Russian attacks against Ukrainians, Biden arrived in the capital yesterday after a secret 10-hour train ride from Poland, greeted by Ukrainian President Zelensky and his wife.
Morning, Mr. President.
Biden's historic trip marking the first time an American president in modern times has visited a war zone where the U.S. has no military presence.
I thought it was critical that there not be any doubt, none whatsoever, about U.S. support for Ukraine in their war against the brutal attack by Russia.
The two leaders walking the streets of the capital, something unimaginable a year ago. The tour pierced by the sounds of air raid sirens. Biden pledging another $500 million in new military aid to Ukraine.
Remind us that freedom is priceless. It's worth fighting for as long as it takes.
The White House says to prevent potential conflicts, the U.S. alerted Russian officials about Biden's travel to Ukraine hours before he departed.
It's a very brave move of American president, and we really appreciate and value it.
President Biden will meet with leaders of NATO's eastern flank tomorrow, including Poland, the Czech Republic, and Romania. M. Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
Still to come here on the second half of our show, the Lincoln Memorial in D.C. is scheduled to receive some major upgrades.
Plus, we'll have your business report and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
There are some things that go better together.
Burger and fries, soup and salad.
Thank you. Like your workplace benefits and retirement savings. With Voya, considering all your financial choices together can help you make smarter decisions for a more confident financial future.
Hey, it's Tandem Bicycle. You can't do that by yourself. Voya, well planned, well invested, well protected.
Angie's List is losing the list. From now on, it's just Angie.
So what happens to all the people that needed the list?
Oh yeah, everything still works. We just made it better. We even let you book services instantly now.
Start your home project at Angie.com.
This is Sheldon Cooper's theory of relativity. A is annoyance.
My man.
When was the last time you washed your hands?
Young Sheldon 5 times a week.
On Fox 22. You're watching Fox 22, Bangor. Welcome
Back, everyone. Today is Tuesday, February 21st, 2023. It's also National Pancake Day. The famous breakfast food dates back more than 30,000 years and may be the oldest breakfast food in history. Shakespeare even mentioned pancakes in his famous plays. So how about that?
Oldest breakfast in history?
People have been whipping up pancakes for a long time.
That's not what I would have expected.
What's your favorite kind? There's all kinds. There's buttermilk. There's, all kinds of stuff going up there.
Yep. I mean, I don't know the difference. Buttermilk is when you use buttermilk, right?
Yeah, or you can get the mix with it already in there or whatever.
I like those.
Those are pretty good.
Buckwheat.
Yeah.
I like the fluffy ones. I want it to be fluffy because I kind of prefer waffles.
Right.
And I want real maple syrup, Maine, Canadian, Vermont, whatever, and strawberries are preferable.
Yeah.
What about you?
There you go. I'm kind of the same way. I like a smaller pancake I like the artificial maple syrup.
Really?
Better than the real.
I get it.
Everybody looks at me and go, what?
People have their preferences.
Yeah, it's just kind of, I guess it's probably what I grew up with.
Right.
And if you put some blueberries in there, even better.
Yeah.
And by the way, today is Fat Tuesday, too.
Nice.
So you can eat as many pancakes this morning as you want.
Right. Lent is starting tomorrow.
Yeah.
Cool. Yep. Today's the day. All right. In 1885, the Washington Monument was dedicated. Construction was started in 1848, but, of course, was paused for several years when the Civil War broke out. In 1972, President Richard Nixon began his historic trip to China as he and his wife, Pat, arrived in Beijing. Just such a big deal, and it's kind of cool that that aligns with President Biden's trip to Ukraine and Poland as well.
And back in the day, we didn't really know much about China. It was kind of mysterious, and not a lot had been going on. So when Nixon went there, I mean, it was just huge news.
Right. I know our relations with China have changed so much over the years, and it kind of seems more similar now to at that time than ever.
Things are a little freaky right now.
I know. Whole conversation to be had. And in 1995, adventurer Steve Fawcett became the first person to fly solo across the Pacific Ocean in a balloon. He would later become the first person to fly around the world alone. And is this the traditional just balloons with a little basket underneath?
They have like a capsule.
Okay.
It's like a high-tech kind of thing.
Right.
So, yeah.
I didn't...
And they go way up in the atmosphere, too.
Yeah.
Really high. So
that's
they have
scary.
to bring oxygen with them and all that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I love
1995. So it was recent. Kind of weird.
Yeah. Today's birthdays include actress Sophie Turner, who is 26. Actor Kelsey Grammer, better known as Frasier, is 67. Maine's own former Senator Olympia Snowe, she's still Olympia. She's 76. And country singer Mary Chapin Carpenter is 65. Haven't heard from Senator Olympia Snowe in recent years. Always enjoyed working with her over the years.
Right.
She married our former governor, Jock McKernan, way back when.
Yep.
And I think they're just kind of doing their thing right now.
Did you ever see the episode of Parks and Rec that she was on?
I didn't.
Yeah. The main character of Parks and Rec, Leslie, loves her and is obsessed with her. And she goes to D.C. for a trip and meets her and passes out.
Maybe I did see that one. She was like a quick cameo kind of thing with some others there.
She had an obsession with Biden, and she also, she didn't recognize John McCain and was rude to him, and there was a whole funny scene in that too. And John McCain was so sweet, like, I'm sorry, lady. It's funny. But yeah, I know we haven't heard from her, and I hope that's a good thing for her sake.
Hopefully they're just living their life and doing their thing.
Exactly. Hey, as far as the weather goes, it looks like we should be getting prepared if we're going to get some snow in the next few days.
Little snow tonight, no big deal. It looks like, and the storm coming up isn't either. It looks like possibly several inches of snow. I think it's going to start late tomorrow night into Thursday.
Nothing we haven't seen already this season.
I mean, it's still winter.
Yep. Here's Devin Biggs.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Tuesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop. With a large supply of ammo in stock, custom Damascus knives, fishing supplies of all kinds, concealed weapons classes, and a full line of Dragonfly UV tackle, plus the latest in ultraviolet tackle. Call today. All right, here we go. This morning, we have winter storm watches up just to the south and west of Bangor, and these last until about 7 p.m. as we head towards your Thursday, as we'll be watching for accumulating snow that will be moving in. I honestly will not be surprised to see these advisories expanded off towards the north and east in some capacity with the amount of snowfall that is expected. We also have a small craft advisory up until 11 a.m. later this morning along the coast here. That's when the wave heights will start to calm down in these areas. But for now on land, we're looking pretty good. Just some clouds currently moving through will be under a partly cloudy sky for us today, with a system to saw to our south and west that will send us some clouds, and that'll be about it. The precipitation part of this will stay to our south for now, but we'll have our turn for a little bit of snow on the way later on tonight. So Futurecast showing increasing clouds later on tonight, though, which will give way to a little bit of snow with 1 inch or less possible, with the sun coming back out as we head towards tomorrow morning. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, showing a partly cloudy sky at times, temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
All right, now a weird one for you. These big red boots look like something out of a cartoon show, and they're $350. Probably not very insulated, though. I don't know. Take a look at them. They've collected mass hype over the past few days. The boots were instantly sold out after 7 minutes of their online sale on the Mischief website. Now they can be found on marketplaces like eBay, being resold for $800.
Oh, my goodness.
You can find the plastic and rubber boots. Oh, so they are rubber. Okay, that's insulation. On influencers, New York Fashion Week goers, and even celebrities like Lil Wayne.
Yeah, not for me.
It's not very practical.
No, I mean, you can go over to... You can go to Rennie's, get yourself some wicked good rubber boots and go clamming. Those things are functional.
I got my winter boots at Rennie's, and I love them.
You can't wear those clamming.
No. Well,
I guess you could.
Try.
Kind of mess
I've
them
heard
up.
that it's really hard to get them off, so maybe actually it's perfect for clamming.
Maybe a good point. All right.
Who knows?
We'll be back with sports and more.
Yes.
If you're eligible for Medicare and Medicaid, a Medicare Advantage plan from Anthem Maine Health can come with all the benefits you want and zero compromises. Just go to anthemmainehealth.com/answers or call 855-753-3928 for a one-on-one Medicare plan review. Ask about our $0 monthly premium plans that include dental, vision, and hearing coverage, along with transportation, a free gym membership, and $0 copay for prescriptions, all for zero extra cost. Plus, you could be eligible for extra benefits to help you save even more. We have plans with up to $2,500 a year to help you pay for over-the-counter health items, groceries, and living expenses like cell phone, electric, or water bills, all on a single prepaid MasterCard you can use at thousands of locations nationwide. Call Anthem Maine Health at 855-753-3928 or visit anthemmainehealth.com/answers and get a Medicare Advantage plan with zero compromises for you and your wallet.
Nana's Attic started many years ago for me. When I was a young fellow, I used to go with my grandmother collecting antiques and selling antiques. I went on many trips with Nana as I was fascinated with the world of antiques and the history behind old things. They remind you of days that have gone by, but spark memories of youth and hanging out with loved ones that are no longer with us. Now I've made that dream a reality. First with my Ellsworth Flea Market, and now my own store, Nana's Attic and Then Some, located in the old Olympia Sports in Ellsworth, where you'll find treasures and antiques galore.
Since 1950, Fairhaven Camps, located in Brooks, Maine, has provided quality Christian summer camping experiences to young people from Maine and beyond. At Fairhaven Camps, we empower youth from ages 6 through 17 to seek the truth of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Fairhaven Camps offers day or overnight camps as well as horsemanship and wilderness camps. Fairhaven Camps is now hiring for summer staff and accepting registration for campers. To sign up, apply, or donate, please visit www.fairhavencamps.org or call us today.
25 words or less.
Do this with me, boys. Ready? It's just a game.
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22.
Welcome in to Fast Break Tournament Edition, brought to you by Dorsey Furniture and Coastal Auto Parts, your local Napa Auto Parts dealer.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. I'm back with some Fast Break coverage. A lot of tournament action on Monday. Started at 9 a.m., wrapped up at 9 p.m. All those Class D quarterfinals finished up, and Class C tipped off. Before we get to all the action, let's look at the brackets. Starting with Class D North boys over the weekend, Skank and Machias punched their semifinal tickets, waiting on Southern Rustic and Jonesport Beals and Bangor Christian and Easton to punch theirs. Over to the girls now. East Grand upset Machias over the weekend to punch their semifinal ticket. Wisdom punched their ticket as well. Southern Rustic and Ashland yet to play, as well as Deer Isle Stonington and Katahdin. So let's go to that quarterfinal in Class D girls. Number 5 Katahdin against... They're going up against going up against number 4, Deer Isle Stonington. Second quarter, Mariners have it. Here's Maya Brown to her sister Macy. She steps in and drills the mid-range. Deer Isle up big. Second, Katahdin's Hunter Hartsgrove on the steal. She kicks it up to Elizabeth Lane, and Lane gets through the lane to the hole for the lay-in. Mariners lead 22-7 at the half, though. In the second, Cougars would get some kicks in again. Here's Hartsgrove. Nice drive past the defense for her lay-in, but the Mariners would just maintain control on both ends. Here's Maya Brown again, this time getting the steal, and how about just taking it herself? She'll go coast to coast and finish it off. Deer Isle Stonington wins 45-21. They're headed to the semis.
We worked on their offense against our defense, and that definitely helped us a lot. Just picking apart certain things and keys to get open.
Over to the next D girls quarterfinal, top seed Southern Aroostook and defending champ against number 8 Ashland. This game was 38-8 Warriors at the half, and they continue in the third. This is Maddie Shields over to Cammie Shields, and she nails the 3. Later on, check out this passing from the Warriors. Everyone touches it, and it ends with Maddie Russell catching a cutting Libby Anderson for 2. Still in the third now. Ashland's going to get just one of their 2 buckets in the quarter. There's Abby Dowdy putting it in from the paint. Nice move there. To the fourth we go. Warriors would stay way ahead. It's a family affair. Cammie's freshman sister, Allie Shields, splits the D, gets the off-balance shot to fall. Southern Aroostook dominates. They win 62-12. To the final 2 Class D boys quarters now. Bangor Christian and Easton, the 4 and 5 matchup. Patriots, they were up before the half by 3. Jalen Reed almost gets the steal here, but Owen Sweeney is going to get it, and he's just going to dribble all the way around the Patriots defense, hits the Euro step, puts it in for 2. 1-point game at the half. Here's Easton again in the third. Sweeney finds Augustus Bonner. He puts it in. That gives the Bears a 1-point lead, but here come the Patriots. Conrad Straubel gets it on the elbow, and he cashes in from 3-point range. And then with minutes to play in the fourth, here's Jalen Reed putting the nail in the coffin, draining it from downtown. Patriots win 63-55. They're moving on.
They just kind of slow it down, get rebounds, take time off the clock, get a good possession, get a good shot. It's not what a lot of people want to do, but to win games, you have to do it. I mean, it's just what you got to do.
Got to do the dirty work. Now for the last Class D quarterfinal matchup here. Unbeaten Southern Aroostook taking on Jonesport Beals. The defending champs would start out hot. Trafton Russell picks the pocket of Brevin Kenny, takes it back for an easy 2. Here are the Warriors again. Drake Weston making some nice moves with the handles, and then hits a nice bounce pass right on the money to Ethan Collier. He lays it home. Second quarter, Royals would go on a little run. This bucket from Kenny makes it just a 2-point game in the second. Then in the third, it's Damon Beal. This bucket marks his 1,000th career point. But the Warriors, they would crash that party that the Jonesport Beals fans would throw on. Here's Weston. This time he finds Camden Porter. Warriors win big. Final score is 64-24.
As I was getting the milestone, just everybody coming around and congratulating me even when it happened, and preparing me before. And I just got to thank my coaches for 4 years of great basketball.
Good stuff there from the senior. Let's check out these Class D North boys brackets now. Semifinals, Southern Aroostook and Bangor Christian will meet. Skank and Machias as well. Winner of those games will play for the regional title. Over to the girls now. Southern Aroostook again. They will go up against Deer Isle Stonington. And then East Grand, the Cinderella down there. They will play Wisdom again for the chance to hold a regional trophy. Looking forward to some of those semifinals matchups. After that, there was only one class left to play their quarterfinals, with Class C kicking off the evening session. Let's check out those brackets, starting with the girls. Dexter, the top seed, playing Fort Kent. Central and Mattanockhook, that's the top of the bracket. Hodgdon and Central Aroostook, and then Penobscot Valley and Sumner going at it. Over to the boys now. Top seed Calais and Penobscot Valley. Fort Fairfield, the 4. Woodland, the 5. Those two will play on Tuesday. Dexter and Lee Academy played on Monday, as well as Fort Kent and George Stevens. All right, so that is where Class C stands ahead of the tournament. First game to kick off was at 4 p.m. on Monday, and let's go to that first Class C girls game. 11th ranked Central Aroostook trying to get past Hodgdon. We're going to pick this one up in the first quarter. Panthers with it. They started hot. Nice move here from Abby Haynes. She gets around the defense to the hole for the 2. Back the other way we go with the Hawks. Aaliyah Matheson finds Megan Peters. She gets the defender to jump, goes right by her for the lay-in. Panthers would fight early, though. A tough bucket inside here for Kyra Fitzherbert. She's going to get the hoop and the harm, but the Hawks would pull away in the second, capped off by this buzzer beater from Anna Oliver to make it 26-9 at the break, and they would keep rolling into the second half. Oliver with the baseball throw down to Matheson. She connects through the foul. Hawks win it 47-20. All right, and for the last girls' game of the evening was second-ranked Penobscot Valley trying to survive in advance past Sumner. First quarter, Howlers with it. Ellie Austin gets it from Holly Loring. She is money from long range, as we like to say, swishes the triple right there. And then the Howlers again. Holly Loring gets it over to her sister Kaya Loring. She's going to bury the corner three. Howlers up early, but the Tigers would fight. Clara Christensen spots up for the three, front rims it, but Jenna Colby is there for the putback. She gets it to fall, but Penobscot Valley was just too much. Second half here, Austin on the outside, skips through the lane and gets it to fall for a smooth 2. Howlers go on to win big, 54-16.
Well, Coach always talks about how important our defense is, because if we can score from our defense, that also creates easy offense, especially from our turnovers, and we're really good at that.
All right, let's go to the first Boys C North quarterfinal. It's 3-seeded Dexter going up against the 6th seed in Lee Academy. Picking this up in the first quarter as well. Here's Andrew Scott with a nice spin move and a fadeaway from the elbow, but the Tigers would lead after 1. Second quarter now, it's the Tigers with it. Will Kuzniers gets inside, kicks to Bryce Connor. He is money from deep. 24-16, Dexter led at the half. Fourth quarter now, Lee with it. It's Nick Allard getting into the lane and past the D. Look at this up and under lay-in for 2. Pandas would hang around for a bit, but Dexter pulled away. Some nice passing here from the Tigers is going to find Kuzniers, finding an open Caden Kimball inside for the lay-in. Tigers are going to the semis. They win 50-40.
We slow it down, take a deep breath, and once again work on defense. We can hold them.
And the last game of the evening was another exciting one. Fort Kent and George Stevens looking to advance. Winner gets Dexter. First half with it, it's Ethan Daigle for Fort Kent. He gets to the block, hits a nice fadeaway jumper right there. Now for the Eagles, it's going to be Isaiah Nansen. He's going to get it here at about midcourt, run the break, nice move around the D, gets the 2 to fall with the left. And then here is Nansen again, the offensive rebound. First chance, no good. Second chance, yes. And then back the other way. Here's Bryce Valcourt for the Warriors. Dribbling around, he gets to the hole for 2. The Eagles, they would fight to the end, but Fort Kent hangs on to win 38-36. And that is where those brackets leave us after Monday. Dexter and Fort Kent, your semifinal matchup. Calais and Penobscot Valley, Fort Fairfield and Woodland still to play for that north bracket, the top of the bracket. Semifinal matchup. And then for the girls now, Hodgdon and Penobscot Valley moving on, waiting on the winners of Dexter and Fort Kent, and Central and Mattanock. All that action is on Tuesday as well. All right, that's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, Maine. This is Steve McKay. It's a wintry mix out there, but pockets of orange are standing out against the white blanket of snow throughout the state. Next Home Experience is listing and selling homes just like yours. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, depend on the knowledge and experience of Hammond Lumber Company. Hammond's Home Planning Center will turn your ideas into accurate conceptual drawings, and 3D visualization is available. Your Hammond sales rep will prepare a materials list and cost estimate. And when you buy all of your materials from them, Hammond will refund all of your design fees. Hammond can deliver your order from any of their 22 locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner since 1953.
It is said that the eyes are the windows into the soul, which begs the question, can a window have a soul? At Renewal by Andersen, we think so. When it's a window forged from Fibrix and over 100 years of refined craftsmanship, the essence of who we are transforms into a superior, stunningly beautiful window. So yes, a window can have a soul. For a limited time, take advantage of this great offer. Find out why we are the better way to a better window. Renewal by Andersen.
It's the Toyota Washington's Birthday Sales Event at your all-wheel drive headquarters, giving you, for a short time only, cash-saving deals. Right now, you could get a cash-saving 3.99% financing deal on an all-wheel drive RAV4. And every RAV4 comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance and Toyota Safety Sense. Hurry to the Toyota Washington's Birthday Sales Event for cash-saving deals, only at your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
Looking for your dream home? Contact a Next Homie today and see what's available right now. Sellers, get ready to get looped and get sold. With Next Home Experience, we have your buyers.
Consumers are going back to the basics amid inflation. Fox Business Network's David Ashman has that story and more in Fox Beans Business.
Price spikes still hitting shoppers here, there, and everywhere. According to a new survey from PricewaterhouseCoopers, 69% of global consumers are holding back from buying non-essential items right now. This coming with inflation still putting pressure on everyday cost of living expenses. But one of those expenses is holding steady right here, at least for now. National average for regular unleaded gas at $3.41 a gallon, just about where it was a week ago. Prices are actually down around 10 cents from the same time last year. Well, the stock market is closed on Monday for the President's Day holiday. Wall Street back in action on Tuesday, looking to continue a strong start to 2023. Investors keeping an eye on some key economic reports this week. Fourth quarter GDP is due out on Thursday, and personal income and spending out on Friday. That's business. I'm David Asman.
U.S. household debt is the highest it's been since the financial crisis in 2008. Within the first 3 months of 2022, Americans saw household debt surge more than $300 billion. Now it's at $17 trillion overall, a number not recorded since 2008. High interest and inflation rates are to blame as more Americans paid costly mortgages last year, driving much of the nation's household debt up. Financial analysts warn that Americans can't manage to handle more debt more than they already have.
Well, Americans are still paying higher prices for groceries. A monthly report by the Bureau of Labor Statistics found prices for food at home to be about 11% higher in January compared to figures from the previous year. All of this comes despite the Fed's effort to bring inflation down with rising interest rates. The high cost of groceries is hitting low-income families as food prices are surging higher than salaries and the Social Security cost of living adjustment.
The historic Lincoln Memorial is getting a huge makeover. The National Park Service announced a nearly $69 million renovation project Monday as we marked President's Day. The agency says the project will create 15,000 square feet of exhibit space that tells a more complete story of the Lincoln Memorial. It will also provide a look at the structure's foundations in an underground area known as the Undercroft. Other additions include a new museum beneath the monument, new restrooms, a larger bookstore, and a refurbished elevator to the chamber level of the memorial. The public-private partnership project was first announced in 2016, and work is set to begin in March and is targeted for completion by 2026. In addition, or in time to celebrate the 250th anniversary of our nation's founding.
Been there several times. I didn't even know they had a bookstore there.
I know. That's cool.
All right, now on to your forecast with Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop. With a large supply of ammo in stock, custom Damascus knives, fishing supplies of all kinds, concealed weapons classes, and a full line of Dragonfly UV tackle, plus the latest in ultraviolet tackle. Call today. Here we go. Winter storm watch is in effect along to the south and west of Bangor, and this is up until about 7 p.m. for your Thursday. I wouldn't be surprised to see these advisories expanded off towards the east. In some capacities, we'll be watching for accumulating snow that will be moving in late Wednesday into Thursday. We also have a small craft advisory up until 11 a.m. as we head towards a Tuesday as well for this area right here, and we'll be watching for things to calm down there as we head towards later on this morning. The wave height's around 3 to 7 feet. This is why we have some advisories along the coast. We expect that to calm down later on this morning as the winds start to back off. Well, otherwise, so here we go. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky today. We have clouds that are currently moving in right now from the west going toward the east, mainly along into the south of Bangor. And again, we'll be dealing with a mixture of clouds and sun for pretty much most of the day. We'll be watching another system located right about in here, so we'll be sitting against a little bit of snow in our direction, especially as we head towards the evening time frame where about 1 inch or less of snow could fall before we're all finished up there. So futurecast for today, partly cloudy sky will be the general idea. Increasing clouds will be expected later on tonight. By about midnight or so, we'll be watching for snow passing through. Nothing too ridiculous, though. It gets out of here pretty quickly, clearing out the skies expected in some spots as we head towards Wednesday morning. So we'll need some sunshine to start things off as we head towards Wednesday. But then we'll have to watch for our next system that will be moving in late into the evening period for Wednesday. For the quick little wave of energy moving through, nothing too ridiculous. So less than 1 inch later on tonight before we're all finished up. So 1 inch or less will be the general idea. Nothing too extreme to deal with there. Well, then our next system starts to approach as we head towards Wednesday night. We'll start seeing this approach as we head towards early Thursday morning, along into the south and west of Bangor or so, with significant accumulating snow possible in a few spots, maybe multiple waves. Here's another wave possibly by Friday morning. Then later into the day for your Friday, most of this will start to get out of here. So the general idea looks a little bit like this. So we're still kind of trying to dissect this a little bit. So we could possibly see maybe 8 inches or so to this and a little bit more to the south and west before we're all finished up. So some decent snowfall to look at here. We'll definitely make sure to keep an eye on this as it does develop. But now it's the planting phase. Some accumulating snow on the way. Could be significant in a few spots. So definitely make sure to keep an eye on this as it does develop. So 35 degrees today. We're quiet, partly cloudy. The east wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. By tonight, 22 degrees, snow showers with 1 inch or less possible, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, 37 degrees, partly cloudy, west wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop. The snow gets going Wednesday night into Thursday, lingering into parts of Friday morning. Temperatures cooling off into the upper teens by Thursday and Friday, and we fall even farther into the middle teens by Saturday with a partly cloudy sky.
Does your vehicle need a little more work? Have an odd sound coming from somewhere? Bring it over to Jackson's Automotive in Old Town. We have the best technicians and offer a fair price. We also accept all aftermarket protection plans. Now, if you're unable to drive your vehicle to us, we can help you get it here. Also, if you'd like to protect your vehicle for years to come, we offer Wool Wax undercarriage protection. We're located at 546 Main Street in Old Town. Give us a call at 827-2676.
CEM DP Porter Contractors has been in business for over 40 years in the Bangor area. We specialize in design build for commercial, medical, and residential. We can assist our customers with anything from lot procurement to helping find financing for your project, along with building maintenance and renovations. CEM DP Porter Contractors is currently hiring a Herman for multiple positions, including carpenters and laborers. We offer vacation, holidays, a 3% IRA match, and competitive pay. If interested in applying, please contact Jason at 207-848-7486.
It would appear that the butler did it. But this isn't a whodunit film. It's a Nissan sales event ending. Now that's a killer deal. Good thing this Rogue has a VC turbo engine, unlike RAV4.
Now get a low $299 per month lease on Rogue.
Catch these offers while you can.
This President's Day, we're throwing a 5-star celebration at Bob's Discount Furniture, making it super easy to shop my top-rated products. I've got on-trend styles, unbeatable prices, thousands of highly rated and reviewed pieces ready to ship now. So this President's Day, ditch the gimmicks and phony sales because the stars have aligned at Bob's. The reviews are in. Shop Bob's for style, value, and quality.
James Cameron reveals his plans after Avatar 3. A popular horror franchise brings a new experience to California and more.
Fox's Kristen Goodwin has all the latest from the Hollywood nation.
I had this secret. There's a darkness inside of me.
A Scream-themed experience heads to California. The Pogues continue their treasure hunt, and Cameron eyes a new film in the Hollywood nation. James Cameron has his sights set on a new passion project outside the world of Pandora. In an interview with the Los Angeles Times, Cameron revealed he hopes to direct the film adaptation of the 2010 book, The Last Train from Hiroshima, The Survivors Look Back. It chronicles life in Hiroshima and Nagasaki around the time of the atomic bombings from the perspective of the survivors. He hopes to direct the film after Avatar 3 is released in theaters.
Was the treasure an escape? Or was it a trap?
The beachy adventures of Outer Banks continues. Netflix renewed the hit show for a 4th season just days before season 3 premieres February 23rd. The drama centers on a group of Pogue teenagers hunting for answers about their friends'